In World Sailing Case number 75, two overlapped boats were sailing downwind toward a leeward mark to be rounded to port, with the starboard boat inside and slightly ahead. As the starboard boat entered the zone, they luffed, and then bore away to jibe when their bow was abreast of the mark. There was contact between the boats, but no damage nor injury resulted. The starboard boat protested the port boat for Rule 10, and the port boat protested the starboard boat under Rule 18. Which boat was penalized? Pause this video now if you'd like to consider the case before I continue to the ruling. The protest committee disqualified the port boat for breaking Rule 10. The port boat appealed, asserting that they had given the starboard boat mark room, and that the starboard boat had broken Rule 18. The appeal was dismissed. Here's how the racing rules apply. As the starboard boat entered the zone around the mark, as the inside boat, they were entitled to mark room under Rule 18.2b. Under Rule 16.1, when the starboard boat luffed, they were required to give the port boat room to keep clear. Because the starboard boat was the inside overlapped boat that needed to jibe at the mark to sail their proper course, under Rule 18.4, the starboard boat could go no farther from the mark to sail their proper course until they jibed. Note that Rule 18.4 would not have applied at a gate mark. Until the starboard boat jibed, the port boat was required by Rule 10 to keep clear. Because the starboard boat had right-of-way, they did not have to stay within the mark room they were entitled to, as long as they complied with Rules 18.4 and 16.1. Because the starboard boat luffed soon after entering the zone, the protest committee ruled that the port boat had enough time to act to keep clear, and the starboard boat didn't break Rule 16.1. The protest committee also found that the starboard boat, which began to jibe when their bow was abreast of the mark, could have gone farther and sailed higher to make a faster rounding. In doing so, they would have been following their proper course, which is defined as the course a boat would sail to finish as soon as possible in the absence of the other boat. Both boats were deemed to have broken Rule 14, as the protest committee found that it was reasonably possible for them to avoid contact. However, the starboard boat was exonerated because they had right-of-way and there was no damage nor injury. The port boat was disqualified under Rules 10 and 14. In summary, when an inside overlapped right-of-way boat must jibe at a mark, they are entitled to sail their proper course until they jibe. A starboard tack boat that changes course does not break Rule 16.1 if they give a port-tack boat adequate space to keep clear, and the port-tack boat fails to take advantage of it promptly. When Rule 18 applies, the rules of Sections A and B apply as well. What could the boats have done differently? Because the starboard boat was not only entitled to mark room, but also had right-of-way, the port boat could have acted more promptly to keep clear. By maneuvering to clear astern of the starboard boat, the port boat could have rounded close to the mark, rather than staying overlapped and outside during the rounding. Not being overlapped with the starboard boat would have also given the port boat more room to maneuver after rounding, including tacking. Meanwhile, the starboard boat could have turned sooner to avoid contact, especially if there was risk of damage or injury. They could have still protested the port boat, even without contact. What do you think these boats could have done differently? Comment below and subscribe to this channel to learn how racing rules are applied. Also check out our playlists for related cases. Let us know in the comments what scenarios you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.